Proverbs 23:17. Do not let your heart envy sinners, but always be zealous for the fear of the Lord. This verse speaks directly to a quiet temptation that often lives within us, envy. It's not always loud or obvious, but it lingers when we compare our lives to those without regard for God, yet seeming to succeed. Why do they prosper? Why do their lives look easier? Proverbs 23:17 calls us to reject that toxic mindset. Envy corrupts the soul because it questions God's justice and undermines our faith in His timing. When we envy sinners, we begin to desire their ease subtly, their freedom from moral constraint or their worldly gain. But God says, don't go down that path. Instead, let your heart be filled with the passion for Him. Fear the Lord, not in terror, but with holy awe, reverence and trust. The fear of the Lord aligns your heart with heaven. It produces wisdom, peace, and lasting joy. While the sinner's success may be temporary, the one who fears God stores up eternal treasure. God calls us to a deeper loyalty, one that trusts in His goodness, even when the world thrives on pride and rebellion. The fear of the Lord may cost you something now, but it promises everything forever. What Christians must do based on this verse: reject envy in all its forms. Be alert to the subtle jealousy of people who prosper without God. Trust that God's path is better, even when it doesn't look easier. Guard your heart through gratitude. A thankful heart keeps envy out. Regularly count your blessings and remember what God has done. Pursue the fear of the Lord. Live with reverence for God's word, authority, and presence. Make decisions not based on gain, but on what honors God. Keep an eternal perspective. Don't judge success by earthly wealth or status. Remember that a valid reward is eternal and unseen. 2 Corinthians 4:18. Stay zealous for righteousness. Be passionate about your faith. Let your heart burn for God's purposes. Don't grow cold by comparing yourself to the world. Be energized by drawing near to Christ. Proverbs 23:17 reminds us that the Christian life is not about chasing what the world offers, but about remaining anchored in what God values. The fear of the Lord may not always seem glamorous, but it is eternally rewarding. The joy of living for God surpasses anything the world could offer. This verse is a powerful anchor for the soul, especially in seasons of discouragement or waiting. God is reminding us that the life of faith is not in vain. While the world offers fleeting rewards and hollow promises, God provides a secure and hopeful future. The path of righteousness may seem narrow or complex, but it leads to something greater, something lasting. In times when we feel overlooked, tired, or tempted to give up, Proverbs 23:18 whispers truth. Hold on. Don't lose heart. God is not finished with your story. The hope God gives is not wishful thinking. It's a confident expectation rooted in His character and His promises.